Hello, everyone. It's Rio. I know normally I would either introduce myself as Chaotix, but I felt for a video like this that we should just go with Rio for today. Um, I know I've been gone for a while, a few weeks. I think maybe 4 to 5 weeks. And then even when I got back, I didn't have it in me to post videos or whatnot. So I don't know. Let's just say I've been gone for about 2 months. Let's go with that. Because it feels like I've been gone a little longer than that, but yeah. Before I get started, this is going to be a kind of an emotional video. I've actually tried making this video a few times, and I just get choked up because what I'm about to tell you guys is something that I never thought I would have to do, or not even have to do. It's just, I never thought I would be talking about this. So it's kind of what's been going on with me, but at the same time, it's also something that I need to say to myself. Um, I've been gone for a while, as I said. Uh, Basically, for the majority of September and October, I was gone. Let's say I was gone for like maybe 4 or 5 weeks. Don't even remember everything, but and the reason being was I went down to Chicago to take care of my mom. Before I left to go to Chicago, I got word that my mom just got at the hospital. She ended up catching pneumonia, and me and my dad talked, and we thought it'd be best that I left to go be with her, to take care of her, just make sure everything was going smoothly. I didn't hesitate. I had all my stuff packed up and ready to go, just in case something like this would have happened where I had to leave. I already told my job, I was like, hey, I'm going to be gone for a while, you know. And originally the plan was that I would go up there for a week and then we'd switch. So that way my dad had been up there for a week and then I went back home and kind of going back and forth. I don't know how long that would have been, but whatever it took. Um, and even prior to me leaving, I already was recording and editing a lot of videos, and I think I got maybe 16 videos up on my channel, just not public. And just so that was something that I didn't have to worry about. It was already taken care of. So when I was there in the early mornings, I could get everything posted up, and then the rest of the day, I was just basically taking care of my mom. While I was there, uh, we did some shopping. We did a few things. We watched some TV and stuff. And I know I don't really go into details about some, I guess, personal information. But just to give you guys a scope of what was going on, was that my mom, she had lung cancer. In fact, she was on stage 3. I kind of learned about this before I even left. And I talked to one of my friends about it, and they were saying that stage 3 is really bad. It can go down, but it's not good. So while we were there, we did go to her doctor and stuff, and she did do her chemotherapy. And to be completely honest, majority of the time, I wasn't really anywhere. I think I did watch some YouTube stuff to keep my mind off of things, but at the same time, I was just trying to be there for my mom as much as possible. Anything she needed, I would do. And while I was there, um, I was helping her pack her stuff up to have it come back home because she wanted to come home. And for the first few days, everything was going really well. And I believe it was either Thursday morning or Friday morning. I really can't remember that she woke me up and she couldn't breathe. She said she wanted some air, that she couldn't catch her breath and whatnot. I believe she was having an anxiety attack. And I tried to get her calm, and she was like, "Can you take me to the hospital?" She was asking me to take her to the hospital. Mind you, I I didn't know where I was. I didn't even know where the hospital was at, and trying to look all that information. That's just wasting time. So I thought it'd probably be in the best interest for me just to call the ambulance. So they came, they got us, and I feel like they got us just in time too, because by the time they got there, my mom was just on the ground shaking, and I was trying to keep her calm. And I took what I needed, and we went to the hospital. We've had to have been at that hospital for almost like 11 days. Um, we saw when we first got there, it was just I was so scared. Like I never felt that terrified before. I can't even I couldn't even describe the feeling that I was going through. So much was happening and it was happening so fast. I just I just didn't know. I didn't know what the hell was going on. Um and I think that was really the first time I ever heard my mom scream. And it shook me in a way that again I can't describe. It just was painful. A little bit later, she stabilized, and we were moved to the ICU. And we were there for like a few days and whatnot. Um, and I just stood by her side. There was a few times, like very few, that I even went back to her apartment, but I couldn't sleep. I couldn't really do anything because I just wanted to be near her. And I think that whole time they were at that hospital, I only stayed at the apartment for one night. And then after that, I was like, no, I can't. I, I can't. I had to be with her. I didn't care. I just, I knew I had to be by her side. And I know a lot of my friends were kind of concerned about what was going on. So I tried my best to keep everyone up to date with what's happening. Um, we did move from ICU to like a regular room where we basically stayed for majority of the time. And from there, you know, my mom had good days and she had her bad days. And to be honest, it looked like she was improving. You know, things were getting back to what they needed to be and stuff. And like I said, it was looking a little bit better. But she was so anxious to get out. And I can't really blame her because my mom's not really the type of person that likes staying in one place. She has to be doing something. This is how she is. And we had some moments. We had some moments where I needed her to know that I was there. That I wasn't going anywhere. And that we were gonna fight this. That I would do whatever it took to see her not in pain. To see her smile, to see her be happy, to see her just to be herself. But what actually ended up happening was she left. She wanted to be out. And she was not going to let anyone stop her. When my mom has, when she's set on something, she's going to do it, regardless of what anyone has to say about it. So she left against doctor's orders. And that night, we actually had like I guess, I can't think of the name at the moment, it's escaping my head. But basically, a nurse came to the apartment to just kind of see, to kind of go over all the stuff that we would need to know, what pills she needed to take, and I felt overwhelmed. I'm like, this is a lot, and I had to memorize all this. But you know what? I did. I might not have no field in medicine or whatnot, but I made sure that she took all of her medicine, that she got all her shots. I made sure that was taken care of. Luckily, um, that night I got a hold of her doctor, like her main doctor that I've seen before, and I told her everything was going on, and she was like to bring my mom in immediately to the hospital. And that night, I was just trying to keep her to stay comfortable so she could sleep. Like, even if I didn't get any rest, I wanted her to get some kind of rest, and she just kept moving, kept. She couldn't stay still. She was just in so much pain. And I felt powerless because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything to help her. I tried giving her back massages and stuff, and it would help for a bit, and she would go to sleep for like a few minutes, and then she'd be up again. And the next day came, and that day was a day I was not expecting to have. We got her. My aunt helped me out, and we got her over to the to our hospital that was actually in the city. And it was like everything started to crumble. And the doctor was talking to her, and my mom just looked at me and started crying. And then she was just having a really hard time. So much that they had to take her to the ER. Um, After everything stabilized, we were back in the ICU in that hospital. Where I was placed in a situation where I had to make a choice. And only I could make it. And I don't think it's a choice that anyone would ever want to make. And I don't think it's a choice that many people are even able to make. And I had to make a decision. And to be honest, it's like the weight of the world is just all on you. So much pressure. And to give you a time limit of 1 hour to make a decision. And I didn't want to see her in pain. It it was tearing me up to see her in so much pain. And at that time, trying to talk to her, it was like I wasn't talking to her anymore. Like, she didn't even know I was there. She saw me, but it was. I made a choice for her to be on life support just so she can be more at ease. That is definitely one of the hardest decisions I've ever had to make in my life. Afterwards, not even afterwards, after I made a decision and they asked me to leave, and I started bawling. I talked to a few of my close friends that I was actually able to get a hold of, and I couldn't stop crying. In the next few days, it was just, it was difficult. Um, but more of my mom's side of the family started showing up. They made it a little bit easier, but I just, I couldn't function. It might have looked like I was okay, but deep down, I was breaking apart. I just, I didn't know exactly anything. And near the end of it, my dad was able to make it back out here. He was already here once, but he had to leave, and then he came back to all this. I just, I broke. I just broke down. It wasn't too much longer, maybe a day or two later, that she that everything just kind of came crashing down, more or less. My mom, she's such a strong person, and I get that from her. And I didn't want to see her in pain like that again. It was too much for me to just watch. And she wasn't getting better. The cancer was really taking over her whole body. And the decision was made. after it was all said and done, I lost a really big part of me that day. And even more so, I wasn't the same person that I was when I left. I changed. I grew up in a way that it just hurts. It just hurts. And what hurts the most is I'm home and she's not. I wanted to bring her home. All she wanted to do was just go home. And after the funeral and stuff, and now being back, I just, I don't know. I've been resting for the majority of my time. I haven't really been doing much of anything. I just, I don't know anymore. But what I do know, and this is more for me than anything else, is that I need to tell myself that my mom is with me. She's looking down on me and just watching. I already know that I'm gonna have days where I don't feel like doing anything. Where I don't want to be bothered by anybody. I already know I'm gonna have days like that. And that's okay. There's gonna be days where I just gonna want to cry. But this pain is not ever gonna leave. It'll get better over time, but it'll always be with me, and I'll still have my moments. So it's difficult. It's difficult to make this video. Like, I think I tried maybe 6 times or so. Um, I just, I just want myself to know that there's people out there that care about me, that love me. Because sometimes I can forget about that kind of stuff. And for anyone that's watching this video, if you can take anything from it, is don't Don't let what's important to you slip away. Don't let people not know how you feel. To all my friends that's been there with me, and to my family that I reconnected to, I love them all. you know, my friends are like my family, and they really stuck up for me, which is really very surprising to be honest. I guess because for me, it's always been kind of the other way around. When they were in trouble, I was there, and now it's different. But yeah, don't be afraid to let how you feel come out. You never know when you might not be able to tell someone you love them or tell them how much you care about them. So if you guys could do anything for me, it would make me feel better if people would just tell those that they care the most how much they love and appreciate them. As for me, I'm not fully ready to be back. It's going to take a little time. Um, I know I do have videos ready to go, but I will I will take care of that when I feel ready to. Um, but I will end this video like I always do. Um, you all stay coolly and make every day amazing. Until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Later.